when you're looking at something on your phone, everything else around you just disappears.
Yeah.
Gone. It's literally like you're in virtual reality.
Mhm.
Because until you put the phone down or somebody says something to you to catch your attention, or like you're not there. You're not wherever you are. And that is so ever fascinating to me. Um, because when people say like virtual reality, I'm like, it's already here, bro. You're not,
Yeah. Yeah.
you're not anywhere else. You like, even on this
You just don't
computer,
know you're in it.
You don't
yeah,
know. Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. I was gonna say like, given our understanding and how in it we are, and like, our careers are based off of it for so many years, we obviously, like, the level of understanding that we have is very different than the average person. And I think it would kind of be a disservice if we didn't try and take what we've learned and like pass it on, even if it's to like one individual, but like try and like help people get a gauge of that level of understanding to see what we see and like what we go through. I'll use an example. Like my background, I'm Iranian. Like my family's Persian. And this year was this year from literally from January 2nd has been an insane year. You have Kobe's passing late January, and then everything kind of went off after that. But from my perspective and for our family, like January 2nd was it when the war with Iran started. And the amount of information, like every time I would go on our page to do sports stuff, the amount of information that I was getting around news and around everything that was going on with that war. And then when the plane got shot down, it was just like it becomes a burden on people when you're constantly seeing information about something that bothers you and like has as like meaning to you. But you can't escape it because that's what you do. You go on your phone. And when you want to try and get away from it, you just have to put your phone aside and not turn on the TV or your computer to get away from it. And we all know that's almost impossible, not only for us, for the average person. So it's about like, to Mo's point, like we have an upper hand in understanding how to sift through that. But even us, it's still difficult for us. So how do we dissect like these experiences that we have and the way that we've dealt with them mentally and emotionally and pass it on to the next generation or to people in general, because they're dealing with the same things that we're dealing with and probably not as good because we've learned how to deal with negativity, with haters, with a lot of garbage that's online, and people don't have that experience. So I think it'll be kind of a disservice if we didn't take what we've learned and what we know and how we've dealt with it emotionally and mentally to pass it on, because I feel like a lot of people are suffering when they constantly look at their phone, and there's a lot of negativity going on.
100%. So I think a great question to kind of um, open the floor for that would be, how do you guys, and I do have fun questions lined up as well. How do you guys um, deal, or how do you, Mo, you had mentioned that barrier that we all have, when somebody says, yo, this is the dumbest thing ever, you should do this to yourself, you should do that to yourself, I'm gonna block you, I hate you, you're the worst person on the internet. These are messages we get every day. It's not, it's nothing crazy. But kids and majority of people who are listening don't run brands, it's themselves. They're getting personally attacked by people who know them, or a bully in school or whatever. Um, things like that. How do we give a great way for people to um, not care what other people think when it comes to the internet? And then as well, how do we encourage people? How do we get people to get off their phones and out into the real world? I think if we can help people, just even if it's them getting 5 to 10% better at each of those two things I just listed, it would be the world of a difference. I'll open my top two. Number one is assume everybody on social media is having a really bad day. We all have really bad days and we all have great days. But Just assume that everybody's having a really bad day, and then you just become incredibly empathetic towards everybody else online. And people do things that they probably shouldn't do when they're having a bad day. And then second would be, just to get outside and work out. You'd be really surprised with good cardio and healthy eating and things like that would do just to your overall both nonchalantness and if that's a word, if not, I've coined it. Or being able to get off your phone and get out, and you won't even be thinking about anything else. So I want to open it up to you guys. What have been the ways that you've found to not care about what people think and to get off and get out?
There was this popular meme. I'm sure you guys have seen it multiple times. It was like a meme of a tweet. It was like someone got bullied on Twitter, and someone was like, "How you getting bullied when you can just unplug your computer or something like that?" You know? And it's like just turn it off. And people were like, "Yeah, it's not that easy. It's not that easy." But I feel like at the beginning, because this was like this has been a meme that's going around for like probably like 5-6 years now. I feel like at first everyone just laughed at it or just thought it was harsh, and they're like, what do you mean just turn it off, you know? But now, taking time away from the technology, I feel like people are starting to understand, like you said, like you go work out or whatever. Not only does it help you like personally and stuff, but creativity wise, you probably come back with new ideas, new memes and stuff. So it's kind of like figure out that something where whether it's a workout, whether like Quinn likes to like go in the woods and stuff, like I can't do that unless I'm like looking for a dog, or like, you know, unless I have to, you know, or like playing some basketball, you know, do some trick shots like you do, you know, for the TikTok and whatnot. So just get away from it, you know. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel naked without my phone. I'm not gonna lie, I really do feel naked. Like my hands will be in my pockets and stuff, but
Right.
it's okay. Everyone else is feeling like that too.
Quinn, you want to add on to your? I feel like you,
Yeah. Well,
honestly, out of this group, I feel like you do the best job at
Oh, for
disconnecting
sure.
and
I mean,
getting out.
for me,
Yes.
yeah, I think, well, the first thing I want to address is for people who are like for younger generations, right? They're constantly being told that social media is the only way, right? And it's like they're constantly being told like, oh, and it's true for most cases, especially when they're like living in a minimum wage job, you know, and they have like minimum wage like sucks, right? Like some people are making like $7 an hour, and it's like it's hard, and like being told like, oh, this is how you're gonna make money, this is how you're gonna make money. Your business has to be online. You gotta be an entrepreneur. You gotta be this. Gotta be that. And I think people are constantly being fed that, and so they're like, oh, I gotta like do something about it, and like I gotta be on social media. But for me personally, like if I had like no followers, this is like a situation like if I just like kind of disappeared tomorrow with all my accounts. If I had like 300 followers and nothing to like actually do on social media, like besides work, I probably wouldn't be on it. You know, I'd probably just like delete Instagram and like not even think about it. So being aware that like even if it does like go away tomorrow, you don't need it. So I started to distance myself, and I start with small steps. I just told Buster like even changing my Instagram app icon black, like all black, has made me go on it less. Like I just feel less entitled to like click the colorful icon all the time. And same with like I make like color organized folders of all my stuff, and then I'll hide Twitter in the blue color organized folder, so I have to like go find it and search for it, you know. I just like making it harder on myself to not be able to click, because like you can just like unconsciously click these things without even knowing it, and next thing you know you're on Instagram scrolling for an hour, right?
Oh.
And yeah, and so like Mo was saying, I get in the woods a lot, so
Yeah.
it might sound crazy to people, and I like like it's just like, but these are things that like I've gone out and I've like practiced and stuff like that. But like earthing, honestly, like put your phone away and like put your feet on the ground, like on the soil, like take your socks off. Don't be afraid to do that. Like
Yeah.
barefoot does work. It's crazy how like the earth will heal you if you just put your feet on it and like let it do what it's supposed to do. And honestly, just going back to our roots of like why we're here, it's like might sound super hippie, but yeah, I think for the most part, I seem like a happy dude, so it's working, right? and and last thing to that, yeah, I don't know. There's just I don't know. Do you guys have any more tools right now that you can think of? Or what do you have to say to that?
I think I'm totally with you on like getting outside. I think getting outside in general is important. No matter what you're doing, like just go take a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Whether it's like shooting hoops, going for a run, going for a walk, a time where you don't have to like constantly look at your phone. Granted, you'll probably look at your phone a couple times, but like to know that you're outside for like a purpose that has nothing to do with being online is super important, and it's just good for you, like in general. Like getting out in the woods, Quinn, like this summer, it's kind of been a blessing with COVID because I haven't had to travel so much for work. So it's enabled me to go to the cottage country like 4 times. I went camping once. Like I was just out there, and these are things that I love to do, but I just didn't get a chance to do because of work.
Yeah.
And now I had the ability because the world like shut down for 6 months. So
Yeah.
enabled me to shut down for 6 months and just go chill and like be out on the water. I think being outside is like super important to me, whether I'm biking or shooting hoops or doing anything or even just going for a walk and just getting like some fresh air. And I think another way to disconnect, and people talk about this all the time, and I really, really suck at it, and I want to get better, is like not looking at your phone when you wake up. Taking a like letting yourself come alive for an hour as yourself and not with any like digital implications or things that can affect you in that hour. Yeah, Buster, go ahead.
You know what a really fun way that I've found to be able to do that? Let your phone die at night.
Yeah.
Wake up and it's dead. You have no inclination to get out of bed and plug it in. None.